Martial arts are training-intensive practices that are entrenched in history. These skills may be used for a variety of purposes, including self-defense, psychological wellness, and sophisticated weaponry use, among others. Characters in these comics frequently spend a significant amount of time training to defend themselves or others, compete in skill competitions, honor their culture, or enhance their health and spirituality. Adrenaline-pumping fights are certainly a deciding factor in evaluating which martial arts manga is the best. Here are the top 10 martial arts manga that you should read, each with well-written characters and an excellent tale. Number 10, Fist Demon of Mount Hua. The first entry on our list is a Korean manhwa about the rewards of hard effort and friendship. Dam Ho, our primary character, is the lone survivor of an attack on his village, and he has a lame leg, which is the worst conceivable condition for a martial artist. Despite this, he refuses to quit training. Regardless of the fact that everyone around him tells him he can't be one, Dam Ho refuses to give up on his ambition. Will he be able to overcome his tragedy and become the finest martial artist in the world? This manhwa takes us on a journey with our main character as he overcomes every challenge in his quest to become the finest martial artist in the world. This manhwa is a must-read that everyone will love because of its amazing tale and mind-blowing imagery. Number 9, Master of Gu. Fang Yuan, the villain, was reincarnated 500 years into the past with the Chun-Chu cicada he diligently polished. He wants to defeat his opponents with skill and wit, drawing on his vast wisdom, war and life experiences. He has no need to hold back while he pursues his ultimate aims, as he is ruthless and amoral. In a terrible planet where Gu, magical creatures of the world, are cultivated, Fang Yuan must rise above all with his own might. This is a one-of-a-kind manhwa that depicts the martial arts genre in its plot. The art is truly one-of-a-kind and eye-catching, as is the storyline. The characters could be a little more developed but are manageable, but altogether it is an excellent manhwa that I suggest to everyone. Number 8, God of Martial Arts. In this world, respect is earned with martial arts. Weak martial artists have strengths of tens of thousands of pounds, capable of cracking boulders. And the strong ones can cut off rivers and split mountains. There are even martial kings who know everything and can travel across the universe. Martial art decides your fate as well as your life and death. The weak is humiliated while the strong looks down on the world. This is a world where the strong bullies the weak. People's statuses are decided by the levels of their cultivation of martial arts. Each faction fights for the title of the strongest. Only the strong ones have the right to survive. Even if you are from the same clan or faction, if you are weak, then you will be bullied and kicked out without mercy. This manhwa is chock full of fantastic artwork. The characters are nicely designed as well. Women, as in manhwa, are frequently depicted to be extreme buxom and hover in the area of mobile anime RPG design. Fighting sequences and competitions are at the center of martial arts comics. To some extent, God of Martial Arts offers most of the bouts in the opening chapters as acid fights. They use energy sword strikes, as well as spirit and elemental blasts. Lin Feng will break up any sword assaults, but fireballs and fire blasts come in a variety of hues. God of Martial Arts will never fail you. While it does live up to its moniker, it also provides the drama and character development that one would anticipate from a wuxia novel. Overall, it's a great martial arts manhwa that will get you pumped up with each battle, and you should absolutely check it out. Number 7, Dragon's Riding. Rintaro is diagnosed with Henisei Tashuiju syndrome, commonly known as hentai syndrome, as a 6-year-old, a sickness that might kill him if he becomes sexually aroused. To rescue him and allow him to live as regular a life as possible, his father trains him the martial art of the Koei Sugetsu for 10 years in the highlands. When he is 16, he enrolls at Nango Kurin High School, which he believes is the largest all-boys institution in the country but is actually the largest all-girls school that has recently gone co-ed. On his first day, he comes upon a large-scale conflict and discovers that the school's first rule is that it abides the law of nature, which has converted the campus into a war zone-like atmosphere. Rintaro now sees transferring out as his goal, but will it be that simple now that he's gained the attention of the 3 dragons, the bodacious female heads of the 3 largest groups in the area? This series is the lone Japanese manga representation on this list. It's a decent series with excellent art. The story's main character is a badass, and there are a lot other badasses in this narrative. Furthermore, the comic timing is excellent, and the comedy will strike you hard. The one thing I don't enjoy about this manga is the excessive fan service. Literally every chapter is filled with fan service somehow, but if you can deal with that, this could be exactly up your alley. Number 6, The Scholar's Reincarnation. The story's main character used to be a brutal warrior, reviled by many and feared by all. His vicious rampage comes to an end in a brutal struggle with a monk, and he's been reborn as Junwoo Huang, the oldest son of the famous Lord of Suzhou. His new father wants him to be a brilliant scholar, but no amount of studying can ever take away his passion for martial arts and his need for risk. Will he be able to become the mighty warrior he was destined to be, or will my studies transform me from cruel to noble? It's a really nice manhwa. The plot isn't the best, but it's not horrible either, but it might be better. This manhwa is not like any other manhwa that exclusively discusses reincarnation and martial arts. It has excellent world building and isn't only about death and devastation. It features a very nice combat section that might be bigger but isn't horrible, a very good comic section, and a spark of romance that isn't much but is good. Each character has a distinct personality and mood. To put it another way, this is a must-read martial arts manhwa. Number 5, Lightning Degree. Ryu Yun, the main character in our story, lost his father to a sickness when he was only 10 years old. He could carve wood into incredibly detailed sculptures using the technique he learnt from his father. Ryu Yun was visited by an old guy who was impressed by his sculptures after completing his parents' sculptures. The old guy sensed potential in Ryu Yun and invited him to be his apprentice. Ryu Yun accepted the elderly man's offer since he had nowhere else to go and wanted to make the most of his life. While the story began slowly, it is now building up and getting more engaging. So far, I've really loved reading this and can't wait to continue with the next chapters. If you're looking for a great calm and steady plot with a few sarcastic jokes thrown in here and there, this is the one for you. Awin did an excellent job drawing this graphic novel, in my opinion. The art is fantastic, and the characters look fantastic. The view is also quite appealing. It reminds me of Tales of Demons and Gods, therefore I'm looking forward to seeing more. So far, the characters have been great, despite the fact that all they've done is joke about and train. The people in this are represented incredibly well, and I can sense how significant the protagonist part will be. I'm not going to lie. I laughed a lot more than I should have at some of the jokes, but it's great because even though it's a bit serious, the characters can have fun. It's primarily one-sided, but that's why he's known as the master. Would I suggest it to you in general? Yes, it's a lot of fun, and it's something that everyone will like, especially fans of graphic novels like Battle Through the Heavens, Tales of Demons, and God and Soul Land. Number 4, The Undefeatable Swordsman. This is Song Woo Moon's story. Song Woo Moon, the local innkeeper's son, is as feeble as a little kid, and his condition worsens when he loses his brain owing to the Sansu Hua, a painting handed by a sage. But, unbeknownst to everyone, his life is about to change, and he will face a new fate when he reaches 20. He not only awakens, but he also sees the undefeatable flower growing in the painting. What does this all mean for Woo Moon? And what bizarre universe does he find himself in? This is again another cultivation tale, yet amid a sea of them, this one sticks out. First and foremost, the main character obtains power in an unusual manner. Furthermore, the main character has a pleasant attitude. He is neither the dull one who spares everyone nor the madman who kills without batting an eye. Every character in the novel has their own quirks. The narrative is incredible, and this manhwa is somewhat has the same feelings as Peerless Dad, except at least here, everyone is alive and well, and they're all badass. Overall, it's a good manhwa that you should read. Number 3, Legend of the Northern Blade. Are you seeking for a manhwa with an original story, a well-developed character, fantastic and distinctive art, and the thrill and excitement of an extraordinary power fantasy? Then you've found the one you've been looking for. When the world fell into darkness, martial artists banded together to become the Northern Heavenly Sect. People began to experience peace again with the assistance of the Northern Heavenly Sect. However, as time passed, the martial artists began to conspire against the Northern Heavenly Cult, finally killing the sect leader, Jin Quan Ho, and destroying the sect with him. Jin Quan Lone Ho's son, Jin Mu One, was left behind after everyone else left the group. Mu One has never studied martial arts, but when he discovers the techniques covertly left behind by his father, he begins to master the martial arts of the Northern Heavenly Sect. The characters aren't boring. We have primary characters that can satisfy all of our power fantasy desires while being intelligent and modest. We have side characters who actually contribute to the development of the plot and aren't just there for the sake of being there. We have adversaries who make the battle scene spectacular and ridiculously good. The art is likewise one of a kind. If you're sick of seeing the same art in manhwa, this is your solution. The artist is able to create artwork that depicts the character extremely effectively, the battle scene excitement, while remaining original and appealing. As someone who has read a lot of Korean manhwa, overall, it's one of the finest manhwa I've ever read. So what are you waiting for? Go read it. Number 2, Mujang. This manhwa tells the story of a Gory Ao military dictatorship slave who was the son of the country's best martial artist. Using the most powerful martial art, he goes about seeking for the murders of his brother and father. The father died fighting for slave rights, and killing everybody who gets in his path. Along the way, the main character meets other slaves and martial artists who aid him in his quest for vengeance. This is by far one of my favorite mangas that I have ever read. Honestly, I wish there was more, but at the same time I think the ending was great. The action is just fantastic. The main character shows growth even though he starts out overpowered. The fight scenes cause to get hyped as you read them. In the carnage that the main character dishes out is just awesome. The characters are memorable with lots of character development, not just with the main character. The bad guys or villains have defined reasons that make sense for why they are after the main character. This story is capable of doing this also because it partially uses some real life stuff that happened in Korea. The romance is not really all that great, but even though it's simple, it's still better than Twilight movies. Honestly, if you like martial arts stories with cultivation of ki, then this is a must read. And finally, number 1, The Breaker. The plot revolves around Si-woon, a high school kid who is tormented and would go to any length to get stronger, and Chun-woo, a martial arts master who is hiding because the Martial Arts Clan Union, an underground martial arts group, is seeking him. As a result, he is forced to work as a substitute teacher. When these two meet, one thing leads to another, and Chun-woo ends up training Si-woon. This narrative is about their connection, but it's also about their separate stories. Other factors are at work as well, since The Breaker's tale features an underground organization and the clans that live inside it. This honestly doesn't feel all that different from your normal shonen series, yet I found myself utterly engrossed in it. I was fully engrossed by the characters and the narrative. I'm not sure why, not very useful, I know, but I found all of the characters appealing. They managed to give them all a lot of depth, especially the major two, and the character development is excellent. The adolescent is first a wimp and a coward, but he grows stronger with time, not just physically, but also intellectually. As he becomes closer to the adolescent, the instructor grows as well. The character growth also feels incredibly natural, which I believe is one of the reasons I like the characters so much. I'm still not sure why I enjoy it so much. If you appreciate martial arts manga, shonen in general, or just want something entertaining to read, I think you'd like Breaker. Just a heads up, it may claim that the first 2 seasons are over, which they are, but there is supposed to be a 3rd season. If, like me, you like to begin a tale when you know you'll be able to finish it, I'd wait till the 3rd season is out. So, there you have it. Top 10 martial arts manhwa that you should read. And, that's been it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.